This financial coaching demonstration video is brought to you by the UW Extension and UW-Madison Center for Financial Security with support from the Annie E. Casey Foundation. This video demonstrates the A4 financial coaching model. The foundation for the A4 is the Alliance, highlighting the importance of a positive, collaborative coaching relationship. The client's long-term goal provides the big picture agenda for ongoing coaching. In order to reach this long-term goal, the client focuses on a short-term goal during each coaching meeting. Most of the coaching session is spent in the awareness phase as the coach facilitates an exploration of the client's values, strengths, and motivation and challenges. The coaching session ends with the client determining their next step to move closer to their long-term goal.
I see that you marked that an area you want to improve in terms of budgeting. What jumps out at you with that?
I guess just like day-to-day stuff, especially now, like starting college. I gotta try to budget how much money I spend every day on food or necessities from Walgreens and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I feel like I'm already getting better at it now, because it feels like it's all my money. It's not like, oh, my parents are gonna go get food for me. I actually have to buy the food now, and it kind of makes it real.
Oh, cool. So
Yeah.
you've been having like, this is how much I have and this is
Mhm.
what I need.
Yeah.
So you're already doing some of that.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I see you marked yourself at a 3, so you
Yeah,
kind of
because
got
I feel
it.
like I'm getting the hang of it. I feel like I'm spending a lot less money than I did the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so already some lessons learned
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Okay. Where would you like to be at that?
I don't know, like a 7. I think that's a pretty good number.
Okay. Yeah, 7. I always like the number 7.
Me
That's
too.
good. Okay, well, I'm going to give this back to you. If you were at a 7 with your budgeting, what would that look like for you?
What do you mean?
Well, if you're, so I'm thinking you described a 3 to me as you kind of know what you need, this is how much money you have, and you've just learned that in the last few weeks. So thinking about what you would need to know and do if you were a 7, what would that look like?
I don't know. I'd probably have to know how much money I'm making. I haven't really checked that. It's all going into my debit account. Keep track in my mind of how much I spend every day. So I guess keeping a record of it would be better.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So going from your mind and then having some kind of way to look
Yeah.
back and say,
Mm-hmm. At least monthly, look back how much I spend a month or something.
okay,
That'd be good.
okay. What would that do for you?
I guess it'll keep me in line. Don't let me go on any shopping sprees. Save some money, which is good.
Yeah, oh, so saving is one of the goals you have
Mhm.
in your budget too.
Yeah.
And what else would being on top of like how much you're spending and how much you have to work with, what else would that do for you?
Most of the money I'm making right now, I'm trying to save up for a trip to Nicaragua.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess it's, trying to make sure that can still happen.
Mm.
So, like, if I keep track of how much I'm spending, then I'm also making some savings as well that can go to other things. So it leads to other aspects of life as well, I think.
How do you figure out how much you need for, this is what I need for my day-to-day spending and this is how much I want to put in savings?
That's a good question. I guess the best thing to do is think about how much you actually need versus how much you want,
Mm-hmm.
and then try to find a balance between the two, and then little by little start like saving up from there.
What tells you if it's a need or a want?
I guess it depends on when you ask me.
Okay, well, again, you really know yourself too.
Yeah.
So if you're having like a weak moment, or
Mhm.
if there's a really good sale, or
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Mhm.
how do you determine those priorities then?
I don't know. I guess I think about what I already have. So if I'm like going on a shopping spree, I realize I don't need any more pants, even if they're on sale. I guess having a goal is really important. So like the fact that I really want to go to Nicaragua
Mhm.
is going to be like, okay, I really don't need that. so then I just don't buy it.
Okay. So
Yeah.
reminding you
Yeah,
that you
reminding
have a goal.
myself.
So we talked a little bit about what, maybe some ideas of what you could be for budgeting or help you reach your goal. What do you think?
Well, I think,
Yeah, what do you think you might like to do with this?
well, actually, maybe starting a physical record would be a good idea, so I might actually do that. Actually find out how much money I make so I can determine how to pay back my parents for the ticket, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I think that all of that could be very useful.
Okay. So, you mentioned like a physical budget and like the actual price tag and
Yeah.
stuff like that. What do you need to help support you to do that?
Maybe like a notebook or a logbook. I guess the motivation is what you really need, because it shouldn't be that hard to keep track of that. I mean, you get receipts every time you buy something, and you can find out how much you make online. Because I work for Rita's, so like through housing, it's all on my
Oh, okay.
my account, so I can do it. It's just the fact that I got to do it.
Okay. And yet, I heard you talk about how motivated you are. You think of Nicaragua every day, you think about your parents. So what's that little hump to get you over that?
I don't know, maybe this talk is what I need to learn. I didn't really think about these things until you brought them up, so.
So again, I was asking you what would help support you to do that, and you mentioned a notebook and looking at things online. Okay. What kind of plan would you put in place for staying on top of that?
Maybe collecting the receipts, and then like once a week writing down everything I spend, or maybe even bi-weekly, because I think that's how often we get paid, so I could do both at the same time and like match it up. I don't know, maybe get a friend to do it with me, because then it won't be as silly.
Oh, yeah.
Not that it's silly, just, I don't know, that's an option.
Yeah, yeah. What would that do for you, having a friend do it with you?
It would make it more fun. It won't seem so much like another project I have to do on top of everything else.
Yeah. The drudgery.
Mhm.
Cool, those are some neat ideas too. Okay. And what's your first step then?
I think going back and finding out how much I make every week, so then I can start realizing how much I can spend, and then I can keep track of how much I spend, and then relate it back to how much I make.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And where does your goal tie in with that?
I guess making the balance between the two big enough difference so that I can actually save money.
Okay.
I think that's my goal. So.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
So how much, when you look at setting some aside, how will you know how much to put there?
Well, if you think about how much money I make a month, and then I only have like 3 months until I actually leave, and I'm paying back my parents because they already bought the ticket. So I could, I guess, take out how much I need for the ticket, divide it by the number of months, and then figure out how much is left over, and then I guess do it backwards. Instead of saving the extra money, just put all the money towards the ticket and then use the extra for other things, because my parents are still paying for the rest. So I guess that's the better way to do it. It's backwards, actually.
Okay. Yeah, that was a cool idea you came up with, the doing it backwards, 'cause if that's your priority to pay it back, and then you live off what's left. Okay, well, very cool. How will you know when you start that out, how will you know if that's working for you?
I don't, if I keep track of it, then, I mean, I feel like I've done this in the past too, but usually that's what I do. It's always Nicaragua. Yeah. I guess just keeping track of it, and then like comparing it, and then at the end of, by the time I go, see if it actually worked, and if it didn't, then I should maybe modify the whole idea. But I feel like I won't know until like I start doing it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to work or not. Okay. Well, speaking of starting doing it, when does it start then?
I don't know, I guess as soon as I get home on my computer to find out how much money I make.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good.
Yeah.
Financial coaching is an ongoing process. The first session provides an opportunity to explore the client's short and long-term financial goal. Future coaching sessions include deepening awareness and motivation surrounding the goal, forwarding clients' progress towards the goal, and then ending the coaching relationship when the client has increased their ability to self-monitor and achieve their goal. Visit the University of Wisconsin Financial Coaching website for additional information on the A4 coaching model, assessment tools, and worksheets, and sign up for our quarterly financial coaching newsletter.